Hey everyone, welcome to the 98th episode of the SO-DO Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Josh.
In this toy line, there is no justice. What exists is just pure wishes.
Hey, that's Malunas!
Hey!
Being very ominous. And, gotta say, right at the top of this, sorry about any sort of sniffles that may be coming from me. It's allergy season. What do you want from me? But hey, we have... Oh, God. We have so much to talk about.
I know, so much Saber
and
stuff,
thankfully... Right? Oh, so many Saber things, let me tell you.
There's
it's,
a guy...
It's jam-packed with Saber.
I mean,
there's a red dragon guy
it wouldn't
with
be
a
a week
sword.
of Soda News if we didn't have Saber.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we have plenty of news to get through and a little bit of stuff from you guys. But what I did want to lead the episode with was that I don't know, if you listened to the last episode 97, we talked about, hey, there is a high likelihood that SO-DO is going to introduce something new. And I put a poll up on the SO-DO Pop Twitter to find out what you guys were thinking, like, right before the big reveal. And it appears, let me see.
What was the
polls
choices?
say the numbers are in. Well, the choices were previous rider and new rider, and I wanted you guys to explain your predictions in the comments or in a quote tweet. And 79% of you guys said new rider, which good, because that is obviously
That's
what
correct.
happened. Yeah. The first person to chime in, who was strangely before me, like I tweeted this out and then Josh responded the first. He said, if it's a new rider and either drive or Ryuki, I'm buying day one. We will get back to that. I said, I went for new rider and said Kabuto and Kiva are good contenders in my opinion, but you can't predict SO-DO, which I guess is accurate. Yeah, and then, let's see, Peacemaker2448 chimed in and said, I would say Forze, as it would be a smaller Chronicle release that could be mostly done at retail to make way for all the Gaim PB stuff we're going to get. That was a really good prediction, something I hadn't thought of, like something out of the way just to bolster up Gaim.
Definitely a good idea, that's for sure.
Which, yeah, it's a good idea for the consumer's wallets, but once again, we know SO-DO doesn't do that.
It's also true.
Yeah, Not Wiesel says, my prediction is SO-DO Chronicle X-Aid, and I don't know if that was a joke or not, but hey, I mean, that has been in the surveys for a while to do like a redo of X-Aid.
Please no.
Which I guess SO-DO did.
I was about to say,
I'm always
know-
of the opinion that if a series already got SO-DO, then we're good.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if it was the same person. I know that someone in our Discord also predicted X8 Chronicle, and I was like, we literally have SO-DO figures on the shelves, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't stop this release though.
I mean, Bandai's not opposed to some overlap, but I think in this case, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Q Prime says, I could probably go for a Forze. I could too. Leads us to Megamax. Didn't happen. B-Hawk says, I'm dying for Chronicle Ghost. You know who else is dying just in general?
What else is it?
Ghost himself.
There it is.
Like at every turn, every opportunity he gets, he just dies all the time.
Every movie he comes back.
Every single time. He needs to keep himself alive. Anyway, so that leads us into what we actually got, and it's pretty incredible.
You're pretty expensive.
You know what?
Kind of.
You know what?
We'll get there.
You know what? I see a lot of animals here. What I also see is I'm eating a lot of crow. for a couple reasons with this prediction.
Hey, it's Ryuki! I have no idea why you're eating birds.
Have you
but,
not heard that expression? Hey, okay.
Eating a crow? I've never heard about eating a crow.
Really?
Eating my words is
my words.
I have been saying that Ryuki is not going to happen, and it turns out.
What? Hold on. What did that have to do with the crow?
It's an expression.
I've never heard that.
As Corey said, so Ryuki.
You're young. Anyway.
Yeah, Ryuki. Yeah, so... oh, man. Josh,
hey.
I'm sorry for your wallet, but we're doing Kamen Rider Ryuki for the next SO-DO Chronicle series.
Yeah, we're buying day one. Well,
I guess. I guess.
We're buying the Riders day one.
Yeah.
I guess what that means is all you need is drive.
That's true.
All you need is
And you know what? Drive always comes as a surprise. It's a surprise drive, if you will. Yeah.
Both puns were
still
so
pulling
perfect.
for.
I loved it.
I'm still pulling for a Shodo Trideron. I need one of those.
That would be cool.
But hey, anyway, Ryuki, this is incredible because just when you think SO-DO can't iterate or get better, it does, and it does it so effectively. And I feel like the key to their success, and something they hinted at last week, was PVC. Because it turns out that is sort of the basis of a lot of the innovations that they went through for this Ryuki line.
I noticed when I was going through this earlier, I noticed that there's a lot of specific mention of clear PVC. What do you know about clear PVC that I don't?
What do you mean?
Like, is there something to the idea of that one being different or better than regular PVC?
It's not I guess like feel wise, it's more based on what they can do with the clear plastic aspect. And we'll get there, but I do want to mention they had a trailer that was subbed in English.
Yeah.
That was noteworthy.
And yeah, that is very noteworthy, especially since, and you know, a lot of people have brought it up, but last week was Rider Week, and we are getting localization of Kamen Rider Ryuki through Shout Factory, through Tubi, or whatever streaming service they want to be on.
I thought we got localization of Ryuki like 13 years ago as Dragon Knight.
Fight the fight.
That's right. Together we can do that.
I mean, I don't want to jump ahead too far here, but I feel like that's at least a decent implication of what of like us getting the premium sets, maybe on like US premium, like we did with Gaim.
Hopefully.
Yeah, obviously the important thing to hear is I'm just going to read this quote word for word. At least word for word, Google Translate told me. Mr. D himself holds the card deck in front of the mirror and transforms. I have a bitter memory of hitting my head on the mirror, but I am a writer with a strong feeling for it.
See, like, for fans by fans for fans.
Yeah.
Is basically
absolutely.
what SO-DO is.
I also like how he specifically refers to Knight as the guy with the two cool motifs of bats and knights.
Yeah. But yeah, so hey, turns out next year is gonna be Ryuki's 20th anniversary. So
I didn't even
screw
think
it being
about that.
Forze's year. It's gonna. I didn't either. Yeah. So it's his 20th anniversary, and they wanted to start a new Chronicle series, going across both retail and Premium Bandai. And they promised to us right out of the gate that every single writer and contracted Mirror Monster that appeared in the original, like the main part of Ryuki's TV show, will be 3 dimensionalized.
I'm glad you pointed that, because that was the thing that I thought was interesting about the wording. Everything that appeared in the show will be realized.
Yeah.
Yes, so I feel like Abyss might be out of the question.
Now, okay.
For now. Until we get our Decade.
The reason I was pointing that out was because, hey, the logos you see in the video are all 13 writers. 3 of them didn't appear in the show.
Well, technically, there was the Ryuki spin-off, which could possibly mean that.
You talking about the one during Geo, or are you talking about the special back in the day?
The one where they put in
the one
Abyss?
during Geo.
Right. Yeah, that happened. But I mean, there was a TV special back like at the end of Ryuki that brought everyone into the. That's where Verde came from.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, he was only in that special, and then he was also in the Decade episodes for Ryuki, but and I think he's popped up, a couple other random times since then. But
regardless,
that's interesting.
Regardless, it is also interesting just the fact that they specifically call it TV shows, because it's like, I'm seeing mixed messages if you're giving all the logos on screen.
That's true.
I'm also interested if that means. Like, I personally count Alternative as a writer, and he did appear in the show and had a contract.
You do
monster. You. So I will. So I would like to see Alternative and Alternative Zero, and
are those the Army Builder guys?
They're not Army Builders, but they are 2 guys who exist outside of the 13 writers.
Oh, yeah, they were like not. They still had like their own advent decks kind of thing, but they were kind of like a man-made version of the Ryuki system.
So there's headcanon ways you can say, okay, it says 13 writers, but then there's these 2 guys. I can see how you could say, oh yeah, that could be a writer.
I agree.
Anyway, I mean, they had a monster and everything too, so it's like they fit the mold of a Ryuki.
Yeah. Are they included in the Zukon or whatever?
They are, but they're not as
they're not
a writer.
writers. Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Corey, I think we've said this off mic. You have not seen Ryuki, but you do have familiarity with Dragon Knight.
Strangely enough, yeah.
How much? All of Dragon Knight?
Not all.
Oh, okay. Then I'll stop there.
Okay, cool. So
I know where you're going at with Lunas, but yeah.
Hey, for those of you that do, talk about it in the comments. You know it. I don't.
I was talking to Lunas last night about Abyss and how we're really like they gotta just do some kind of Decade set and knock out these like 4 Decade figures that we really need. Like just do like Abyss, Kivala, The End Complete, and Rising Ultimate Kuga. It'd be perfect. Just do it.
Yeah. And
dude,
just
even throw in the old Kuga mold for good measure. Like tweak the paint a little bit, like you did with the Figuarts.
Yeah, why not? I take it.
Yeah,
and I was saying that like, I think before we saw Ryuki, we were talking about how Deno's not technically done, and it's like, well, if you do G Deno, then that brings you to DN complete form, and hey, we're back to Decade.
That's true. If you technically want to lump in G Deno, which you could, put him in a Decade set.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. They're not above just throwing a bunch of names into a set name.
I mean, technically, I still would argue that not a single Rider series in Chronicle is ever actually finished, but
you're right. Double technically isn't complete.
Yeah. I would agree.
Anyway.
But anyway, we still have one at hand, which is another one that is incomplete as of yet.
That's the thing about Chronicle. I love the idea of it, but it's like, can you finish one show?
I know. Like, not only do you start new ones, you go all in on the big stuff.
And it's like, it's not even like they're far from getting complete. Like, Doubles, I mean, you could definitely argue that Double is done. You know how I am. I argue it isn't. Mm-hmm. But Den-O isn't done, O's isn't done, like, but they're not even that far. Like, it's just do like 1 or 2 more premium sets, knock them out.
Potentially, you could even make an Akiko double.
Yeah.
With an alternate hand.
That could technically be a thing.
Yeah. Are you know what? Are the wooden block memory double? Is that technically?
I was about to say. I was literally about to joke. You just have an identical double off to the side. Hey, what's that? Oh, that's when they transform with the wooden ones.
Yeah.
You could do Cyclone, Joker.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still upset that hasn't been happening.
People are probably upset that the Ryuki discussion hasn't happened.
That's fair. I don't know if they're upset. Are you upset? Put it in the comments. Get at me. All right, let's talk about it, because in order to go through and do Ryuki, obviously SO-DO always does this. We really gotta paint match the, and they did. They really did. It looks good. The reds and the blacks, those are all done in molded detail, but all the silver you see, that's basically all paint.
So I was trying to look at it, like, does the helmet have any stickers?
I don't think so, because you know what? The front of the head, that's done in PVC, and that is done in clear PVC.
That's
so this is
good.
That's
this is the first instance of why clear PVC is like a game changer for this.
That's what I was trying to ask before, because I noticed that they said something like, Ryuki's face has been difficult to reproduce, so is it a sticker? That's what I wrote down anyway. And they said they couldn't make this work with Shodo, but they've kind of figured out something with clear PVC, apparently.
Yeah, so basically all of the lines, they weren't able to do something like this, but using clear PVC, obviously it would need to be painted. What they did, and what I assume they did, and it's easier to see on night, is that they painted the front part silver, and then left out the little slits. They didn't paint in any little slits. They either painted the back side of the clear plastic, or they painted the plastic that is underneath.
Okay, I see. I was looking at this like, that looks really well done. That seems like it would be a real pain for them to individually paint those. No, that actually makes
I was terrified. Like, I mean, obviously we saw it. It's not the case, but you know, if we ever got, you know, I was thinking if we ever got Ryuki, I was going to be afraid that like his head would be like the Duke figure that just came out, where the entire like front plate is just a huge sticker. I was going to be really terrified.
That actually,
but thankfully, not the case.
That also explains this bit where they talked about it, where they say, however, or what they talk about how like it's been so difficult to reproduce Ryuki's helmet design. However, this is the 6th entry in Chronicle. Due to the accumulation of past know-how, the entire armor was molded with clear PVC.
Yeah, I think they meant the armor of the head.
Right. They said it's a separate piece.
Yeah.
I missed the part where it said separate piece before. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah. So it reminds me a lot of what they did with, I think, Tajadol. When, I'm sorry, Tajadol. I keep forgetting which one's the right one.
Thank you.
No, you know what? I'm gonna start saying Tajadol now.
Damn it, Bandai.
But it reminds me of that because they did paint it silver underneath and then put the clear visor over it.
Right.
And I feel like that was one of the bigger, potentially one of the factors that really led them in this direction. Like, it works. It just works, dude. This is stunning, and it's something like no other line has done in SO-DO before. So, yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Let's see here.
Hands?
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there to the hands now. Let's do it.
Ooh. Speaking of PVC.
Yeah, once again, we're back to PVC. It's the way to go.
It really is.
Because we have new grip hands.
Which they literally describe it as same specification adopted by Shodo.
That's right.
I wasn't expecting
and
that.
we can see, we can see in the, I don't want to call this a prototype shot. Oh, like the unpainted shot, where it's compared to Gaim, is that it is in that clear PVC, because obviously when you're molding in PVC, you want to make everything the same color. So this will obviously have to be painted. I am worried about how that's going to work out, especially since it is pliable plastic and what the longevity is going to be like for that.
Yeah.
But as it stands, the actual usage, like in use, it looks really good.
It does.
And on top of that, it allows them to create this really detailed sword mold.
Yeah, I really liked their explanation of doing that to accommodate for Jag later on.
Yeah.
I've
never. I always refer to it as peg and peg hole. I've never actually seen what they describe it as. They say sticking a weapon into a perforated fist. It's like, okay, I guess that's the official description.
I mean, yeah, that's technically correct.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah. But what that means is that now, not only are we going to be getting the gripping hands, we are also going to be getting just the solid fist.
Yeah.
Like as a standard.
The whole,
which is great.
I always came back to when they first name dropped these kind of fists. They refer to it as the true fist or whatever.
Yeah,
but this time they call it holist fist.
Mm-hmm. And I did want to note, because the PVC hand is basically the only look we get at any of the joints to see whether it is, a peg or a ball joint again, and it does seem to be a ball.
Oh yeah, I looked at the other images of the. I can tell you that I definitely looked at the hands just to be like, are they still doing ball joints? Yes, yeah. There's definitely a gap there, so you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I going to bring up? Oh, I also wanted to just call out the fact that they said that these clinch fists are kind of going to be a standard for Ryuki, and that these were popular in previous SO-DO lines. So I just thought, oh, that's nice to know.
Yeah, thank you for filling out the surveys, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to keep filling out.
Hell yeah. The link has always been it's been in the description for a while now.
Yeah.
So you have no excuse. Fill out the surveys. But yeah, speaking of hands, we have a new card holding hand, which
the
they
decayed
did want
factor,
to mention.
as I like to call.
They did want to mention Decayed, because the way that Decayed holds it is very different from Ryuki, so they had to, go in a different direction. Which is
I don't know.
strange
For me, he's going to hold it the exact same. Blank.
Funny you should mention that, because we do have option stickers. At least for 2 of them.
We do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we will have more. But, yeah, which it's strange that they bring that up, because why they wouldn't be able to reuse that mold. I don't understand why they even brought up Decayed as a benchmark. Would they be able to modify the 3D model slightly?
Right, yeah, because they couldn't use it because it wasn't a ball joint, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was like the way that I'm doing the 3D printed hands, where I do have just like a template.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, it's
either way.
It's also like, I don't mean to put it this way. It's a good way to create hype out of almost nothing, just to say we didn't reuse the mold. We made an entirely new hand.
They always do.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is that's just a good way to create hype where they don't necessarily need it to. Just we made a new mold.
Speaking of Decayed, while we're on the card subject, Corey, did the blog mention anything about this figure being Decayed compatible, or?
It did not.
Well, I would say just look at the belt.
We don't have it in hand yet.
I was gonna say, just look at the belt. You can see that it's a separate piece from the waist.
That's true. I mean, I feel like the decayed compatibility is something they tout a lot. I wouldn't put it past them to have this still be decayed compatible. To be decayed compatible, it's just, you know, we don't have the in-hand stuff yet, so I feel like they're probably going to wait for that.
Understandable.
It's not like Ryuki is splitting in half like double, so don't worry too much.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all. So anyway, speaking of the card, if you want to use the card, you have to slide down the what's this called? The drag visor. Yeah. It really scratches up the visor if you drag it everywhere. But you know, you can move down the little piece to hide his little eyes and stick in a little card.
Oh wait, that actually
you can't
moves?
stick in the little card, but you know, you can pretend. Yeah, that actually moves.
I didn't realize that it moved. That's really cool.
Yeah,
it is.
They credited Mr. S at Mega House for proposing this wonderful idea.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no relation.
I could have just seen that being a swappable piece, but that's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Good attention to detail, guys. So yeah, anyway,
Knight?
That's it for Ryuki. Yeah, let's talk about Knight, because he looks good. All the paint considerations, like plenty of silver and stuff, that translates over to this guy. I'd say some of the and like I said, it's easier to see what I'm talking about with the clear visor on Knight.
Yeah.
And on top of that, go ahead.
I'm happy that they bothered to do like the little blue eyes, you know, he kind of has hiding.
Yeah. And on top of that, you know, you get that sharpness out of the PVC. We haven't seen PVC in the main line in a while. Which is strange. I wonder if, like, you know, their new molding makes it so that they don't have budget for PVC anymore.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, I don't...
Hey, anyway... Knight looks great. He has two versions of...
So when it comes to the plastic, like, on the body, I was looking at the legs, and it's like, I'm pretty sure that texture is prototype plastic, but I kind of like the look of that. That kind of feels like it matches the material for the suits.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it definitely looks a little what is it, SLA printed sort of.
Yeah, it reminded me of when we got the finalized images of O's, and they pointed out how, like, we left out one of the processes to make this a little bit more glossy so that it looks more like the show. And I'm looking at this like, is this something else? They probably would have said something about it.
Probably.
That's true. Yeah, but like Ryuki's undersuit is like glossy still, right?
I feel like in my mind's eye, it's a little bit more of a matte finish, but I don't know.
Yeah, it always kind of looked more of like a kind of rubbery matte material to me.
Yeah. Okay, it's definitely duller than the silver armor stuff. I just always thought it was a little more shiny. Either way, he also is able to have an open version of his sword. So that's cool. I think it's a separate piece. I can't tell if it's just the whole sword or just that top part.
Hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so strange seeing, like, they have done so well on all this paint, and then just some of it is sticker, which is great. I mean, this will definitely grab the mainstream if you are lowering the sticker count, which is good. And it is in places that, like, I find are appropriate. The only place I don't find it appropriate are like right on the blades.
I also think those leg stickers are kind of weird.
Oh, I see them now. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh well.
They remind me kind of. I mean, I think they're a lot worse here, but they remind me of like that really weird sticker on Gaim that's just for the back of his ankle.
Ah.
Those are always funny.
Yeah,
They don't paint match well.
it's weird.
Like, it's a little greener than the gold.
I feel like I would honestly prefer the back of those to just not be anything rather than put the little sticker on them. I mean, you never see it. You never think about it.
Since we're at the point of talking about the stickers and the card holding aspect, I will say they pointed out that Ryuki comes with Final Vent and Sword Vent. Knight comes with Final Vent and Trick Vent. But from this point on, unless they said something about the mirror monsters, the other two riders in this set only get Final Vent of note.
They did say something in the mirror monsters. We will get there.
Okay.
But yeah, those two don't have as much, which is I don't want to say strange since like they're different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get to this next one.
Oh yes, the best one in the set finally.
Yeah,
And
clearly the rider that deserved a spot in a figure line the most,
In a
even above
retail
Aqua.
figure line.
I was
A
about to
retail.
say,
Yeah,
it's such a blessing that they specifically said, and he's not a limited edition.
yeah, it's Kamen Rider Scissors. Everybody, give him a round of applause.
Man, congratulations on being in here on the technicality of them going in appearance order.
Well, it's not just that. Like, I get that part, but they said specifically like something along the lines of that he hopes that having him in the first wave of the retail set will show you how serious they are about doing Ryuki.
Yeah, and
Fair.
there's also
So this is I like SO-DO because sometimes they do these like show of faith releases.
and I also like the little bit where they
good stuff.
they kind of pay respect to the character of Scissors as much as you can, where they said, quote, it is no exaggeration to say he is a writer who left a strong impact with only the small number of 2 episode appearances and conveyed the direction of Ryuki to the viewers, which is that characters are going to die. Unquote.
I said this to Melonis last night, but I can't wait to get this and put him next to my Premium Bandai Deluxe Ride Watch he somehow got. So what a character.
Yeah. So for his PVC, obviously you're not going to be getting too much like clear plastic eyes situation.
Yeah.
But they used it effectively for the crab eyes at the top of his head. So those look pretty good. And yeah, the Final Vent sticker works well with the opened version of the claw thing he has, whatever you call it.
Scissor visor.
Yeah, something like that.
No, that is what it is. Scissor visor.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wrote
just
them
like
down.
that. There you go. Good.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Zolda. God, I'm
The
excited.
Legend
for
of.
Oh yeah, he looks great.
this. But like, for me, he's in the same headspace as like G3, and all those guys, like the really utilitarian looking
Oh
guys.
yeah, I mean he's one of my,
and
also
he
just one of my favorite riders and characters from Ryuki, so I love getting him here.
I don't.
Yeah.
I always think of this one as much as he doesn't resemble it. I always think of him as an animal-based one, but I think Gamba Rising had lumped him in with Grease as robot riders.
What?
Yeah, it's like I guess his motif is kind of robotic, kind of a soldier. Yeah, kind of.
Well, because his mirror monster is like very robotic.
Yeah.
Fair. This looks so good. He has the Matrix of Leadership on his chest. He doesn't hide it away like Optimus Prime.
Wow,
also,
it does look like that thing. Okay.
Damn it.
I've seen that enough on It's Time for Wheeljack that I actually think I know what you're talking about.
That's good. Oh, good. You're learning. Awesome.
Can we? Did y'all notice the way that the gun connects to the waist?
Yes. Because that is PVC as well.
Yeah. If you look at the image of him like pointing the gun, you see that there's a hole there, and you see there's a hole in the waist. So it's like, oh, that's a tiny piece putting them together.
Yeah. So like I said, that's another one of those like PVC inclusions that they're boasting, which is, it works. I like it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to lose it immediately if I don't throw it into a bin, but I appreciate it. Speaking of PVC, we got the little antenna. That's good.
Yeah, thankfully those are not
what?
hard plastic.
Yeah, what a beautiful look. What a beautiful figure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very excited.
It's like, regardless of what they were going to do with it, you would have expected Ryuki, Knight, and Zolda, but I always would have expected Oja to be in here just to be like the main four. But I like this too. I mean, it's perfectly good.
I'm wondering how long the appearance in show order thing is gonna last. Is it gonna last into the next one, or is it gonna be like?
Well, because
when are they gonna drop it and just?
We were looking at like the order of them last night, and if they went in appearance order, and if you assume that they're not going to do survives in like the next set, then the next set would have Raya, Guy, Oja, and Odin, which are all really like Oja and Odin and Raya are all pretty big players in the series. So like that would be another good set in terms of stuff like that. But it wouldn't give you a Ryuki, so maybe they would do survive in the second set or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
maybe because that's what like Kamen SO-DO releases would point to,
right.
Like at least another Ryuki in the next one.
Now, I'm just wondering how are they going to do blank form. Because I feel like that would be a good, like, either premium thing or, like, an Ichiban Kuji thing if they're
that's true. They technically didn't go in release order then.
Well,
you bring up Ichiban Kuji, but we have not touched Ichiban Kuji in so long. I'm so glad that failed, because that was a headache. But then again, you know what? No, I changed my mind. I am sad that failed, because I feel like potentially that would have been an avenue to get figures that we otherwise wouldn't have.
We could have gotten Kangaroo.
Oh, wow.
No, that would have probably still been that probably still would have been a pack-in. But multiple things now that we've brought that up. One, the Ichiban Kuji stuff is just another example of how Chronicle keeps evolving. Because I keep bringing it back, like, remember when we first got Chronicle and we were speculating, like, okay, so the one retail set is going to be this. The one Premium Bandai set is going to be this. This is going to be the Ichiban Kuji release. It's like, how things have changed. Now I'm looking at Ryuki and I'm like, well, Gaim just gave us 3 waves, so I think they could probably get a lot of this done in 3 waves.
They can, yeah. I mean, that's, like 3 times 4?
I mean, if
12?
they do unique riders for... Yeah. If you do unique riders for everyone, then that would be 12 of the 13 right there. I don't think all 13 will be retail.
Here's how I'm looking at it now that you brought up the survive forms, because I forgot about those, and those would be notable enough. Second wave, Ryuki Survive, Raya, Guy, and Oja. Third wave, Knight Survive, Odin, Tiger, and Emperor. And then that would probably be the whole set for retail.
Well,
yeah, that's not bad. Because then you could do the movie riders as a set.
There's always room for a 5th one, I will admit.
Well,
I guess technically they could also, once we get to a certain point and we're running out of riders, they could potentially pair riders with their monsters.
So here's something I did want to bring up. They did say SO-DO Chronicle Ryuki will run through with all his might for 1 year from here. And we know that their release schedule is 3 months apart for each retail set, right?
Yeah.
So that's once a quarter. Potentially,
it's always going to be August, November, February.
So what I'm wondering is if it is exactly 1 year and they want to stick to that, and potentially create retail waves for it. What if it is 4 waves of 4 each time? That gives you enough slots for, like you guys were saying, the main 13, plus then Abyss, and then the 2 alternate whoever the dudes are.
Well, Abyss and the alternative duo weren't in that video, so I wouldn't expect those, but...
No, okay, here's what it does. Here's what it does. You get 13, because that'd give you, 16 slots, 16. Right? So, okay, so you do the 13 riders, you do blank form, and you do the 2 survivors.
Which wave is going to be... Which one has the burden of advertising Ryuki blank form as its main figure? Because I feel like... I feel like...
I mean, that is tricky.
Yeah,
I know how you do it. I know how you do it. You put Ryuga and blank form in the 3rd set, and you advertise, or the 4th set, or whatever the last set is, and you advertise Ryuga as the main figure since he's like an evil Ryuki, still kind of Ryuki.
Technically, Oja also has a blank form, but you can ignore it.
I was thinking that, but I feel like they could just do that on Premium somehow.
That's true. And since we're getting closer to there, and talking about how releases are going to work, we have 2 Premium Bandai sets that are extremely expensive, but you can see the value there. You can still see the value.
It sucks because I want them because I really love the idea of them doing the monsters too, but I have to skip these. I can't do these right now.
I can't. For some reason, I was talking to Chris about it last night, and I said, there is no possible way that I can afford these things. And he's like, oh, wow, really? Like, what world have you been living on?
and here's another thing. You just know the next Gaim set is sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
For Premium.
Yeah.
And I would much rather spend my money on that right now, since I'm already in the middle of Gaim, than to start the monsters right now.
I really want to discuss this. We'll move it to later, but like they're really inundating the market too much. We'll get to it.
Well, they're inundating so much because over there, Premium's not as big of a pain as it is.
Also, I would argue they're putting all this stuff out there. You don't have to buy it all.
I mean,
that's true. It's just with Premium, you get that kind of feeling of like, crap, if I don't buy it now.
I feel like,
and on top of that, it's like they're pre-orders, right? So they're more or less made to order. They are going to have stock left over, I assume. But like, if you aren't...
Well, yeah, because I mean, some stores order like the max
if you aren't part of this like ground level
services,
then like the demand now correlates to how much
is indicative
there
of how
are
many
going to be
make,
in the aftermarket.
Right.
Because like I don't know if there are going to be enough of those Kuga bike sets, the second Kuga bike sets, mind you, to make it to me at all, which is unfortunate.
I wonder if that would be a situation where it actually might go the opposite.
There are too many,
and you might find it for really cheap because no one wanted it.
But how would that get to the secondary market? You know, unless of course it was.
Well, like I said, it's like sometimes sometimes have middlemen or retailers who just order the max amount. Oh, no one wanted these. Well,
all right. Let's hope for their mistakes.
I mean, this is kind of a different scenario, but think of the Golden Power set.
Before we talk about the monsters, since this is character related, I want to bring this up because it's a discussion's being had. Before I go straight into just saying, hey, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight exists, let me preface with saying, it didn't do well over here in the US, but it apparently did better in Japan.
Oh yeah, it was very popular over there.
And as far as anyone can guess, because what's the name of the company? Adnus?
Yes, I think so.
They don't exist anymore, so one can assume that Toei owns the rights to it. they've got it on their Toei Tokusatsu fan club. They also are actively uploading it to things like Netflix. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
people in Japan know what Dragonite is. So what are the chances of Xaviax?
Oh yeah, people love Dragonite
Wow.
over there. Like they
Yeah.
not only did it get like Blu-rays in Japan, they got a sequel
How do
novel.
you get?
It got
How do you
Figmas.
get Blu-rays of those? How does that
Also-
exist? Did they
also-
film on actual film?
That's, you know what? There's an easy way to get Blu-rays. It's called remastering the footage.
No, I know. I just did they film it on film or was it digital?
You don't need to make a Blu-ray.
I don't know, because it's one of those things where the
Huh?
even so, the Ryuki footage, was so much older
Yeah.
than the Dragon Knight footage.
The joke
Okay.
that I was making
I don't know.
is
I was just
the joke I was making there is you don't necessarily need to film it in Blu-ray. It's just not going to look good.
film it in Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, there's plenty of things that get released on Blu-ray. That weren't
that's
shot
what I was
on
getting
TV.
at. Anyway, also in addition to all this, as was pointed out in our Discord, because Austin Teal brought this up, and I tried doing a little research and failed. Xaviax apparently appeared in a stage show, so again, they know about
What?
Dragon Knight. So it's like, okay,
If we get Xaviax,
Yeah?
SO-DO Chronicle Ryuki,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna lose
god,
it.
dude!
you know what'd be a real bummer? You know what'd be a real bummer if we don't get it? The only figure that exists is an unreleased one.
it. Yeah, it's very hard to find. You
Damn.
can find it on eBay sometimes because I guess like some prototypes made it out or something. But it's very, it's very expensive.
Oh, wow.
One of our own, one of the people in our Discord, Astro Space Kid, shared a photo of some unreleased figures that they own.
Wow, what?
Yeah, there's a couple of
What a
Dragonite.
flex,
that
dude!
didn't make
What
it.
a flex!
Yeah.
But yeah,
good hunting, man.
Corey, you would like those figures. They were three and a
3 3/4 inch, Josh. How hard is
yeah,
that?
3 3/4. I don't know. My mind. just
do
went-
what I
just
do
for a
and
second.
just.
But yeah, no, they're your favorite
I
scale.
hate-
so.
I hate writing it out because it looks weird when you don't have the proper symbol for it. So I just rounded out to 4 inches.
What do you mean the proper
Fair,
symbol for
fair.
it?
The miniature 3/4 symbol.
Yeah, the little,
It's supposed to be like a.
the little like hat. Like,
Yeah,
half
it's supposed to be
symbol or
small.
whatever.
Oh, I just say 3.75 and then
That
you do
works.
the quotation mark at the end. Yeah. Decimals
Yeah, that's
exist.
4 inches.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
Anyway.
Those Dragonite figures were 4 inches because I have two of those
Right.
Dragonite figures from back in the day. Because
Yeah, I've
I've
glanced at those, but they've always been so expensive. You know what else?
I only found them because in 2013, many years
Yeah.
after Dragonite, they were just like buried behind a bunch of crap at my local
Oh my
Toys R
God.
Us. They were just
Nice.
Nice.
And so for like $5 or something, I'm like, how are these here?
What a find, dude! That's awesome. Something I did want to bring up: if we are in the Ryuki 3 3/4 to 4 inch space, I did want to bring up the original candy toy Ryuki toys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember that bike?
Yeah,
you
I got the bike, and do you remember the?
Yeah. Was that the thing that came with the little pebbles?
I still have those. I haven't put them in my mouth yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, they turn 20 next year. Remember, we just talked about the anniversary.
So basically, those were 4-inch tall, 3 3/4 inch figures, much like the. I forgot what they were called, but I was like all about that line for like a split
Motion
second.
Revive?
No. Like
Is it?
someone was accidentally looking for a different line and sent me that line instead, and I collected most of it. It's the 5 POA 3 3/4 inch like.
Oh, the Show Riders.
Yeah, and it had the 3 3/4 inch Go Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
These,
Yeah,
I
that's
feel,
okay.
fit exactly in scale with that, but like the only one of the... So they're called Kamen Rider Ryuki World.
Mm-hmm.
The line continued into Fi's and did Kamen Rider Fi's World. Or continued or Which one was first?
Ryuki would be first, yes.
Ryuki's before.
Okay, yeah. So it continued into that. The only figure I have was a not Fies, but the evil yellow one. What's his name?
Scissors?
Kaiser.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
The evil yellow one.
But those but those figures are heckin' brittle. I don't know if that was age or anything, but those were 3 3/4 inch, fit in that scale, like almost exactly.
Was that one that like just disintegrated?
Yes, that's all part of the same line. So
not a good line.
Not the best, but it did have the contract monsters. It did have.
But you
bikes.
also are probably right. It probably was because of the age.
It might have been age, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, wanted to bring those up because they are notable. They exist. Not many people know about them.
You know,
I don't know if you want.
Yeah, just I imagine if you want them, they're probably expensive. And speaking of expensive, just to use your transition from before.
Fair. They're not expensive. They're like dirt cheap.
Oh.
But yeah, these.
Yeah, because they turn to dust.
They're impermanent. The contract month.
Temporary.
Yeah. That's called NECA. The contracted monsters, only the contracted monsters, or at least like they're only promising the contracted monsters. All of those are going to get.
I mean, I don't know why they would do anything else.
Yeah, so. Those are the only ones that have identities.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I always loved getting more villain figures, of course, but I mean, I didn't even expect them to do this, but they're not going to go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this might have been a situation where they were doing them in Shodo and were like, man, I really want to make Zolda, but there's no way that we can make this work on the Chronicle. Okay, drop everything Shodo-wise. We're moving these over to Chronicle. Get to work.
I wonder how they would do when we get to it. If they would make Genocider its own figure, or if they would be able to make the three of them.
Yeah,
I have no idea who Genocider.
We'll get to it.
But it sounds like a very deadly drink.
I was about to say, sounds very edgy.
Yeah. But yeah, so the first set is going to be, I will get this right, Drag Redder and
yes,
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing is what I said. Yes,
Darkwing Duck. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just those figures. Oh, I gotta say these. These are huge and they have a lot of paint. Drag Redder himself is, drumroll please.
Wait, that's not okay.
Nah, okay, close enough. 420 millimeters.
Nice.
Which is
the build up, man.
I did the math. It rounds out to give me a second here. 16.5 inches. Yeah.
Wow. That is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
It's huge.
Dang.
I wonder how much of this.
Okay, now I'm getting that price tag.
Yeah, 100%. Like it is worth the asking price. I just don't have the money to spend on that asking price.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's
So let's see here. It has plenty of paint. The only stickers on it are on the sword, which you will be getting another sword just in here. The only difference is the butt of it won't have a sticker because that is where it plugs into the dragon.
Now that I've looked back to the photos of the sword, I can see where there would be a sticker, and as Corey told me, you really can't see the sticker in any shot.
Wait,
The
which
one, the one that's omitted for the dragon. It's like,
Yeah, the one at the end of the sword.
Oh,
that you just
yeah.
talked about.
it's like it's
But
Yeah.
everything else is paint. Like the gold trim, the black infill, I guess, and then like the silver main paint app. All of that is on this figure. I wonder if they were able to reuse any of the Shoto one here.
I feel like
Yeah.
would they just have the models readily available for anyone, or
What do you mean? I mean, like,
'Cause-
D-Man is working on both.
Oh, that's true, actually. But I was thinking, like for example, we heard that basically made an entire ghost body for Falchion. You'd think that we would have just used the model that we had for his figure line, but no. And it's like, okay, so that establishes they could have probably done that, maybe.
I think
But I mean,
I
To
think
be honest, they do this all the time, where they just remold things that they don't have to remold.
I think
So
for them, like, their common practice is, like, one of the first steps, whether or not they're going to go with it or not, is, all right, do we have this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, though. We need to do a different one. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
I mean, think of how many random things like the 1000 Jacker or something that they've remolded just because.
yeah. And, like, it's not even a thing of, like, they didn't have that mold anymore. They clearly do because they reused it in a set after it.
Mm. Oh.
Right.
Anyway, even the tiny little beady eyes are painted in with, like, black eyeliner around it.
This is a little bit late, but this is a quote that I thought was interesting, especially since you brought up how, like, I don't forget what term you used for including a character like Scissors, where it's like they want you to trust them. It's interesting. Is that what you said?
I mean, like, it was like a good show.
Yeah, that's it. I thought it was interesting that they basically said something to that effect when it came to the monsters, because they said, quote, "We will develop with specifications and gimmicks that will absolutely satisfy you, so we would appreciate it if you could get along with us," unquote.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and, like, once again, this is well worth the money, because I don't know about the shield vents. They didn't outright specify it. I know the sword is attached to the dragon, but the shields, they are here and they are for Ryuki. You can plug them into his shoulders, or you can have them handheld, whichever one you feel like it. They even gave you a drag claw. Is that correct? Is that when head is on the hand?
Oh yeah. That
Yeah,
is.
the strike vent. Yeah.
Yeah, strike vent. Yeah. But it is a different mold. It's scaled down from the real one.
Yeah, they've done that a lot with numerous Ryuki figures. I remember like the figure art did that and stuff like that too. That's a common practice.
Well, it wasn't for Shoto, because Shoto just flat out used the head. So that was new to me.
Right, yeah. I mean it's not every time, but I have seen it happen before when they do it like this. Usually whenever they have dragware coming out.
And on top of that, like, I did like a side-by-side comparison of the in-show move of it, and
yeah, that was good, by the way. I liked your way of doing that with like the poses.
yeah,
and
thank
stuff.
you. It was tough to find that one. I found it on YouTube. Yeah,
I'm sure it was. It was.
I just had to type up like Ryuki strike vent or whatever, and then it gave me this compilation. I was like,
Yeah.
dang it, I have to do this article now. All right, fine, I'll scrub through. It'll be worth it. And it was. Yeah, I don't know. It looks good. It looks very good. It's such a long boy. And this release will come with extra stickers for the card holding hand. They are Advent, Strike Vent, and Guard Vent. I don't know what Advent is about. You guys can tell me. But Strike Vent and Guard Vent are the ones that, they come off of the dude and put it on the other dude.
Advent is what summons the monsters.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I think if I had to choose like a definitive one to use, if later on down the line, whenever I get because obviously I want these eventually, but when I get those, I feel like Advent would be like the definitive one for the card.
Yeah, that's
for me.
You mean like if you picked a card to end up like to permanently have?
I was about to say that's
personally.
basically the logic used with Decade, where it's like, I guess if anything, this is the most neutral one. Apart from, as Josh has pointed out, leaving it blank is the true neutral.
Yeah, blank is true neutral.
Yes.
I did the exact same thing with my Abaddon. Like, just the whole figure. Didn't even open it. Now I have all of them.
True neutral is leaving it blank. Ooh. That really got me.
Oh, man.
Corey really liked that one.
True neutral is leaving it blank. Chaotic evil is me coming up with a hand that I can 3D print.
That's true.
Corey, it's funny because you said that if you had to pick, you would pick Advent. They barely used the Advent.
Is that
cards.
so? Okay, then how the hell are you gonna get the monsters out there, huh?
Well, because usually like they would summon them, just they would use that just to like have the monsters be like, hey, stand here for a second.
I feel like in a display.
All the other weapons summon weapons.
Sure.
So.
I'm just saying, like, in a display, if you want to have your monsters next to your characters, obviously you can't use any of the like sword vent, strike vent, whatever, because you have to move the stuff.
You can use final vent because the final vent's always accommodated to the monsters doing some kind of attack.
That's true. But then like if you have them in that configuration, they're already interacting with that monster. You're not displaying the card, but if you have the card out, like they're being summoned.
True.
I don't know.
No, I mean I don't disagree with your logic. I'm
fair.
Just saying.
To be fair though, haven't seen Ryuki, so
guys, I haven't.
Tokusatsu, you gotta watch it. It's great.
Yeah,
I'll get there when it's officially.
I wasn't paying close attention to the photos with the mirror monsters before. Now that I'm scrolling through them, oh hey, they actually included the ball jointed waist from Gaim. Nice, that's getting carried over.
Yeah. That is something I wanted to get to. Yeah, those are still there. I feel like a lot of the things are being carried over, even down to the ball jointed shoulders, like being, I don't want to say a mainstay, just how they want to interpret that shoulder. Because if they needed the other type of shoulder, they obviously would have done it. But it seems like the ball jointed shoulders are going to be here to stay for a while. Hopefully, and it looks like there's a mechanism in there. Hopefully, it turns out to have that butterfly effect, or not the butterfly joint effect. Not that it will cause destruction somehow in the future because of one small.
The butterfly effect.
Yes. Thank you for explaining the joke. Darkwing is here. He's a bat. He's a friend. He has a big.
He's a bat.
I thought he was a duck.
Yeah. Not this.
Wait, hold up. Actually, wait a minute. I don't know why saying that made me think of this, but not to go back into the whole speculation category again, but I wonder if they would not do the survive forms in the main line and do them as premium with their bikes or the bike versions of their upgrade monsters.
That would be fun.
Ooh.
I would like the bikes eventually. I wouldn't buy it yet.
Fair.
I'm at that point where I don't care enough about Ryuki to like buy into it, but I will get the retail releases. Anyway.
But yes, back to the Bat Friend.
Yes, Bat Friend has big tail. Big tail is sword. Sword hurts, but it has a lot of paint on it.
And this is remolded, I'm assuming, right, from the time we got it before in SO-DO?
Yeah, that looks so much bigger.
It does.
It was the one with Gates Majesty.
I'm gonna take out.
Yeah.
Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Did I find? Oh,
also
I found
has
my
the-
Agito
that-
stuff. All right, I'll keep this on the side.
Oh,
Yeah, God, I've been looking for that
nice.
ever since we started this call. But
How,
I
where
will.
was it? Now I need to know.
It was just one of the drawers. I'm stupid and didn't pull that one
Oh.
out for some reason.
Huh. Cool.
So I have the Shoto one here. Interesting.
Oh, I was talking about. Yeah, I think what Josh was asking. Yeah, the ones with Gates Majesty.
Oh, I don't have that.
Because
one
they
here.
have
Which-
at least his sword, or a knight's sword. In
That's
Gates
true,
Majesty,
yeah.
so.
My mind's eye tells me that it was much smaller.
Well, I'm sure it's a new model.
Yeah.
I just was
Yeah.
curious if maybe.
I hope this time they use a hard plastic for the hilt.
I'm yeah, and also this one looks lethal. So
Yeah,
It's
premium.
that premium upgrade.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm scared though.
that's why Chronicle has that upper age.
Yeah.
On it.
I'm scared though. If someone orders this, opens it up, and it turns out the tip is snapped, that's gonna suck. Yeah.
Huh.
I would not want to be that person.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Anyway, you can combine it with a dude, but if you don't like the wings or if you don't like using the guard vent or whatever, there is an alternate cape variant that articulates at 3 points. So even though it is dense plastic, you can still move it around and like sway it and stuff. So that's cool. You even
And if you don't like all of that, and you don't like Knight himself, you can hide.
yeah you can so in house
Use it.
they called
use it
this
as an ice cream cone.
they called this the cornet part.
Yeah.
It was used between Mega House and the development team. Is that name? So that's fun. They also said they had to add an entirely new mold to this to make it happen. Also, it has a back peg. Like you can like fit whatever the Batman name is, Knight, in here. Yes.
Knight.
So that's cool.
You mean there's a peg
Inside,
on the,
yes.
like on the funnel
Yes,
piece?
Oh.
That's what they say, at least.
I mean, but is there a peg like on the outside so you can have it actually stand up?
I don't know.
somehow,
That'd be
or-
fun, though. Unless you want to just, like, spin this around like a dreidel on
Because
your
if
desk.
not, it's just gonna be. I was gonna say, because if not, it's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna look like. It's just.
We haven't seen
It's
it from
just
the
gonna look like a conch shell on your shelf.
the conch.
I mean, I guess you could use like a Tamashi stand or something.
That's true.
But that would do
Yeah.
it. But like,
But, I mean, if what? The umbrella, or not umbrella, the parachute they had on the bike is any indication, then I'm sure it'll have a peg back there.
oh right.
So yeah, this before tax is going to run you 6,000 yen, and with tax is 6,600 yen. That's like $60, probably more. Wait, how much?
Well,
How
definitely
much
more
was the O's set?
without middleman fees and stuff. Which one?
The double, two of them, and
Which one?
how much did that retail for? Did that,
I still don't know which one you're talking
you
about.
know, the
Birth?
premium, and then they didn't show up until a belt happened. No,
What?
like the belt forms, CSM forms,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
the two
Wow.
2-packs.
Jeez.
Yes.
Cool.
They're the
Those
most
over,
recent.
like- Okay, I get where.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the most recent 2-packs.
No, I
Yeah.
get it now, but like, wow, that was a really good there.
The O
Uh,
set, which one? The one with multiple figures. Which one?
Premium.
Yeah, like, what is he talking about?
How much did that one retail for?
Oh.
Too much.
Too much. I'm just saying, like, what's a good benchmark? Because those Those are up on Toku Collectibles for like $75 each, and those are only figures.
I think I remember them retailing around the 6,000 yen mark, because I remember us talking about how they were essentially the price that the more recent Gaim ones were, but you were getting half of the figures as the Gaim ones.
Either way, though, this is a lot of money. They are, I would say they are both absolutely worth $30. Or 35 or 40.
Well, the problem is that, you know after Middleman Thieves and everything, they're probably going to be close to 80.
Speaking of...
Speaking of,
yeah.
8,000 yen to start with, not even with
I know.
First,
we got some big boys.
We have a fairly small one here, you know.
Yeah, Volcancer.
Hey, guess what? No stickers. Let me put that right out there for you. Volcancer, no
Good
stickers.
job,
That's appealing.
Yeah, well, it's
Only
not
the
appealing
best
at
for
all.
Scissors.
I'm so appreciative of this figure. It has a lot of it gives me a lot of Another vibes.
Oh.
What? That was a compliment.
I know, but now I'm thinking about
whatever. You're difficult to please. It has a swivel hip or a swivel waist instead of a ball joint waist, but I get it. It does seem like the head moves though, which is interesting. Like the entire
it does.
top section. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, obviously you can rip his arms off and stick it on another dude's arms.
And you can, and basically. He has the ability to yeet scissors.
He does, yeah. Also, I don't know where, but there's a shield. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know what.
Yeah, I forget. I know Scissors has that, but I forget where it actually comes from.
Is it his back? That's like the only place.
It's been a while.
It might be.
I was about to say, it's been a while since I watched, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just like shot out from the back.
I guess you can kind of see it on the yeeting pose.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I do see it. There's some sort of layering going on in the back.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, by the way, shout out to Volcancer again, because I believe I'm pretty sure that he was at least shown for a figure art release. I can't remember if he actually got released. He might have. He might not have.
No idea. But you know what? SO-DO got there.
Because there was a bunch. They showed off prototypes for all of the contract monsters in figure arts, but it's figure arts, so they just didn't finish it.
As you do.
That's how they do.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, he is going to come with option stickers for. Oh, I didn't even say it for Knight, but Knight has the extra stickers for Advent, Sword Vent, Guard Vent, and Nasty Vent.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the contract monsters come with all the cards that their main rider figures.
Yeah.
So.
But this one comes with Advent, Strike Vent, and Guard Vent, so that just makes sense.
That checks out.
Also, I did want to note they brought out some scaling here, and they said Scissors' official height is 190 centimeters, where Volcancer is 224 centimeters. So that is the scale that they are going off of, and it is, it's substantially bigger. Yeah. Hey, you know who's even bigger?
Magna Ginga.
Yeah, the walking accessory set himself. I love this thing so much.
Oh yeah, it's a really
my god.
Cool one.
And they said on this one, tremendous size, even for SO-DO, and an overwhelming amount of paint. And I was like, oh shoot, okay. Now it's like, where's Waldo to find the stickers here? And I couldn't find them for a while.
Also, you know what this is telling me? That this tells me that Suiko Arms probably isn't that impossible anymore.
That's very true.
You're right. You're right.
That's
the one form. The Dandyliners or what? Dandelion? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you give us Suika,
all the bikes.
You better give us Baron's weapon he had with that.
What is that?
It's like a giant watermelon like knife or something.
You know, I also want the roses.
Lance.
Like the no.
Yeah, Lance. There we go.
I want the chicken walkers, but for Guy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's why I said all the motorcycles, because I'm pretty sure Arms
the
actually
tulip
made
hopper.
one.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. Rose Attacker.
the Rose Attacker is the bike, right?
Yeah, Sakura
Yeah.
Arcade
Yeah.
Attacker, the bike.
And, we also, if we're completing out Gaim, will not be complete without the just regular ass dirt bikes they had in the Baron movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna need those. Or you could just go to Walmart and find the 3 3/4 inch ones.
Yeah.
Also back to Suika. Not only do I request Baron's lance, but I also request translucent green fists for necklace.
Yeah. Clear PVC.
Yeah. So with this guy, he's not just size, he is play value. You can break him apart and turn him into the Giga Launcher that clocks in at over 200 millimeters, which is almost 8 inches. That is incredible. You love
to see it.
You love to see it. It also has the Giga cannons, and they're heavy, so use a display stand. But I will say that the blog noted that the official texts say that he does not lose any mobility or speed when those cannons are on him. So,
man,
yeah, they could not recreate that portion, but that's where it is.
You know, my joke always with Transformers is we haven't really figured out like making Transformers that transform the cells, but recently, anyway. Convert! Yeah, this
it
also has a
does,
shield.
and it has a little dingle-dangle underneath to help it stand up. Yeah, it looks fine.
The dingle-dangle. Just,
Yeah, you dingle-dangle it. We also have the Giga Horn, which after that they note that you can now. I need information here. You can remove the knees of the Giga boy, the big Giga man. What is his name again? Magna Giga.
Giga.
You can remove the knees for something non-canon. I just don't know what that is. Do you have any idea what that's about?
Something non-canon, so I guess it doesn't involve cannons?
Oh. Wow. Okay, that was pretty good. I'll give you that one. That was pretty good.
Many cannons.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Do you want to know where all the stickers went?
I couldn't find them.
Yeah, well, I found them. They are, if you want to unleash all of the missile spam, that's where all the stickers went. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Josh, just for the audience, he stepped out for a little bit and didn't get to hear this. So, is there any significance to being able to take off the Giga Man's knees? Magna Giga? Yeah.
The knees?
Do the knees do anything? They said you can remove them, and I don't know why.
Actually, first of all, can he remove his head?
I don't know if that's a removable piece.
Because there was a card for his head to be like a strike.
Yeah, they do have that.
Which I'm pretty sure that never happened in the show.
Oh, is that what they're talking
I'm pretty
about?
sure that was just like a card. Yeah, that was a card exclusive thing, but like for some reason, like every figure has been able to do it.
Oh, okay.
So probably because
Oh,
if you're separating everything else, you
I'm
might as
looking
well be able to separate that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the text now. It is also possible to reproduce the strike vent that was unused in the show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So then, okay, maybe
So
the
I was right
knees
on
thing
that.
was incorrect. An incorrect thing that I said.
The knees. Well, no, because the knees thing. I think.
Why? Okay, so that was correct. What? I don't know. Josh, what were you gonna say about him?
I'm researching it here. I think there was.
How do you research that? What do you ask? Like, what are the search term? Magna
Well, 'cause-
Ginganese.
No, I think.
Giga.
Yeah, no, here we go. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I'm sending it
Okay.
to the chat. There was another exclusive. I think it was toy exclusive because I don't ever remember this showing up in the show. There was a card for like an alternate guard vent
Oh.
that used his knees.
Oh. That's cool.
You can see because like they highlight the little area where they come from on. The
Yeah,
card,
yeah,
you
I
know?
see that. I see that. Okay. Interesting. I wonder where they go. I wonder if it's like a shoulder mounted thing. Because it looks like he has the holes.
Yeah,
in
I'm not
his
sure
shoulder.
because they never happened, so I don't know how what he's supposed
Yeah,
to
that's
do with
true.
them. But
All right, that's awesome. I'm glad I have confirmation of that.
Yeah.
But lastly, this does come with stickers for the card holding hand for the Advent, Shoot Vent Giga Launcher, Shoot Vent Giga Cannon, Guard Vent, and Strike Vent. So the Guard Vent is only going to be for the tummy shield and not the one that you just sent, the other alternate guard vent for 1000 guard. Is that the case? Or what is
I guess.
what
I
is the
guess,
tummy one?
Yeah.
What is the tummy card?
The tummy one.
That's
What is
Yeah,
the
is
card?
that
That's
it's
the
a big shield. Looks like it.
the tummy card is the proper
Guard- so they didn't-
he actually used.
so I guess they oh okay. They didn't include the other guard vent then?
I guess they didn't include the kneecap.
They
one, right?
didn't.
Okay, well then yeah, because that never showed
That's-
up. The guard vent card
That's
for that. so-
strange. Wait, what do you mean it never showed up? What is this picture you've shown me now?
That was from the toy line, I believe.
Then it technically
Because
did,
there was a
right? Did
It didn't
Well, there
show
was
up
a- there was a-
it did not show up in an episode of the show, is what he's saying.
sure.
yes, yeah. There were toy exclusive cards during Ryuki that had like pictures of the riders and stuff on them. It was like that came.
I mean,
out.
yeah,
Right.
it's
No.
it's
But
it's
they have
it's a
Strike Vent, which never showed up in the show, is what you told me.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they have that as a sticker.
They have that as a sticker, so why not other guard vent?
Man, I don't know.
That's true. Can we look back and see if I got that wrong? Does he have the two guard vents? Because that bothers me a little bit. I'm never gonna use it. But I don't even know if
So
I'm ever
you're
gonna get my
saying-
hands on it. But like,
well, you see, if there's two different guard vents, then why have two when you only have one?
because there are two
that's-
shoot vents, shoot vent Giga Launcher and shoot
So you're
vent
saying
Giga
he
Cannon.
has this card?
Yeah,
Huh.
he has that. They said strike vent. They didn't show any
Hmm.
pictures of it, but they said they have strike vent, and he can do strike vent.
Are you sure it says it's the strike vent card? Because he has two shoot vent cards.
It says the what I got from
Oh
that
yeah,
day.
I'm looking at
Advent, shoot vent Giga Launcher, shoot vent Giga Cannon, guard vent, and strike vent.
Yeah.
No mention
You're right.
of the other guard vent knee pad.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
In this toy line, there's no justice.
whatever. It's honestly, it's a sticker I will never use. It irks me that they are so close. They were like right there. Anyway, if you like having money, these aren't for you. Because these cost 8,000 yen before tax. And 8,800 with tax.
Ooh.
Yeah, this hurts. And man, they are inundating the market with what I feel like is potentially too many toys. I get they're a toy company. I get they're a company and they need to make money, but like, you're really wringing your market dry. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's like I always say, they're producing all this. You don't necessarily have to buy every single one of them. They're just putting it out there as an option.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like they could get more people if you just wait and let people save money so that they can spend on the expensive ones.
Well,
right.
That's under the assumption that everyone is buying everything.
Maybe there could, like, you miss out on potential sales otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if there's enough of that market that factors in. I guess not. But also, you're running thin on, like, bankable shows. You know what I mean? Because I would not consider Ghost a bankable show.
That's true. Forza and
so you could,
Drive,
like,
though. Well, they're good for the next year.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, you dropped the big one with Gaim. And then now you drop another big one. There's got to be some ebb and flow. We can't just always be at like 110. We gotta slow down. I like
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, the thing that I always come back to with Chronicle is that just about every single show that they brought in, I think with the exception of Kuga and also technically Ryuki here, every entry has opened up with them saying, first of all, this is a very popular series. Second of all, this plays well with SO-DO. So it's like the point of Chronicle has always been popular series.
That's true. I'm just saying that, like, you gotta stop going ham. We can't always just be doing the best of the best. You know what I mean? Like, I like what Peacemaker 2448 said when he was like, we could do, what did he say, Forza or something. Specifically because that's a lighter line.
Yeah. I fully agree with that. That I feel like would have been a better choice. I mean,
I see that, but
though, Chronicle continues to follow its pattern.
Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, I was about to say, what I say doesn't mean anything because, like you just said, Chronicle is just doing what Chronicle does. At the same time, I'm like, you know, COVID's going on right now. I guess Bandai sees this as, like, a surefire thing. It's like, we got to stay afloat.
I mean, we should have seen it coming, that it was going to be something from, not necessarily Ryuki, but something from Phase 1 Heisei, since that is the pattern back and forth between Phase 2, Phase 1, Phase 2. So.
And I was fully expecting them to break form on that one just because they really like fucking with any sort of structure that they attempt to create. But it seems like we're moving forward with that.
You know, I alluded to it at the beginning, eating crow, as you were not familiar with that term. I had been, anytime Ryuki had come up as a possibility, I always brought it back to that one post. You guys recorded dialogue for it for a video where they said Ryuki does not qualify for SO-DO Chronicle. And then there's also the fact that last week, so heavily telegraphed, hey, Ghost might be next.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still
But,
doubted
like,
that one so much. Like,
You know, when I first saw this proper Ryuki reveal, honestly, the first thing I thought was, oh, hey, we're back to Shodo. Wait a second. But also, like, my actual response of SO-DO Chronicle Ryuki was, oh, well, I guess some people had made some points about it. Like the fact that it's easy to, like, produce one body.
that's
As a mold,
true.
I mean, not
like, it is.
yeah.
I'm sure it was easy for them to put scissors in the first wave.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
'cause how many?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. For sure.
But I want to bring this up. It's a very, very hot, spicy take because I haven't thought of it too much yet. But I'm about to spoil the conclusion of the most recent Winnie the Pooh movie with Obi-Wan Kenobi in it. I don't know if you guys mind. But
I
the
didn't expect this
conclusion-
direction.
You would!
Yeah, neither
you
did
would!
I.
But let me get back to you on that. The conclusion of the film, because Obi-Wan Kenobi was not spending enough time with his family because the suitcase company wasn't giving enough time off. And that was like the crux of the film. And then he said, wait, but here's an idea. What if you do get... Oh, and also the suitcase company wasn't doing too well. What if you give your employees, just across your entire company, more time off? That means that we will have more of a reason to go somewhere and use the suitcases that we produce. It makes it better for the suitcase market and better for the workers. I feel like there's something similar here where if you guys slow down on the releases, don't, have us have to... Once again, we don't have to, but, like, if you slow down on the releases, more people will buy them if they have the money and resources to. Like, it shrinks the resources, like, doing a ton of stuff at once shrinks the resources of people who would have been buyers. Because I feel like if Josh and I had the money accrued, we would have gotten these day one.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
But we don't, because they keep going ham.
Yeah. If I wasn't already... I mean, also if I wasn't trying to do Completionist on Lightning Collection and Sentai Gears at the same
That's
time.
true.
But,
That's your problem.
Besides that... it is.
And to be fair, my
But-
problem is Mission Fleet and DC Spin Masters, so you're not alone.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I would have rather spent my money I don't have it, but if I had the money, I would have rather spent it on extra premium Gaim sets to do all the armor swaps
fair.
than I would have to start this.
But yeah, like you're splitting your market by oversaturating it.
I mean, yeah, because like they've announced premium after premium
Yeah.
after premium. I mean, it's just
Like
never
you
stops.
need to give your releases time to breathe. You know what I mean? And it's like there's that mentality with like YouTube
I think
videos.
another problem too is that they've been doubling down on them every time they announce them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not even just, hey, here's like one premium set, and then like 2 weeks later another premium set. No, it's like here's two,
Yeah.
and then here's two more, and it's like.
And even in the economy of YouTube, the idea is you want to give your videos time to breathe. So don't release 2 or 3 videos all at once on one day. Spread them out so that then people have time to consume that content. Right? And I feel like that's the same mentality here. Because I feel like, yes, Malunas, to your credit, you don't have to buy them, but you are attacking the same market with the same items at the same time.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, of course, you will have those fans who are just Gaim fans.
Yeah.
Just Ryuki
yeah.
fans
That was my
will
point.
just
Is
buy
that
their favorite series.
there are people. I guess I can count 1 or 2 of you for this for the most part, where you'll be like, I'm getting this, and this. But the thing is that I will see something like SO-DO Ryuki, and I would see a response. I don't know if we've had anyone who said this specifically for this, but I can see the response of, I'm not interested in such and such, but I am interested in this, so I'm glad that this exists for me to buy. That's what I think is that's the way I'm looking at it. It's just they're putting out all these options. It's up to the buyer to decide if they're going all in or if they're just piecemealing.
I agree with that mentality and that sentiment, but if year by year, right, you want to go and say, hey, I got the coolest thing ever. This is called Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider O's. And then the next year, like, hey, still got the coolest thing ever, Kamen Rider Forza. And you are built off of, hey, each next subsequent one, we still want people here. You know, you want to build this up as like the big thing. You are ultimately going to have popular series everywhere, and even people going like, you know, wanting everything. You know, there's no ebb and flow, right? There's no dip. There's no stopping. It's always, this is the next best thing. And if you continue that, then everything is awesome and incredible. Right? And then you always have those coming out. And if you don't slow down, then you get tired. I don't know. I lost the point of what I was trying to say midway through saying
it's like,
it.
I'm just kind of shrugging now. Like,
going.
I don't know.
I kept going. Nobody stopped me, and now I feel embarrassed. So I also not editing that part out, so deal with that. Either way, it's too much. The point is they want you to buy these. They're going for the same market. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good tactic. It feels like we're being wrung dry.
The next game set's be announced like next week or something at this point.
Huh? Yeah. And to be fair, last week all we had was Fauci on, and it was a pleasant week. Nothing new, nothing exciting, but you know what? I had a good...
Because when we get a Saber figure... It's
Corey hated this episode.
Wings, so.
I like discussing it. I'm disappointed that I can't engage with it. That I'm not able to enjoy it because I won't be able to own it.
No, I totally understand that, yeah. I mean, I do feel that quite often, just even for the regular SO-DO line, since... I mean, you know, the whole joke is one day I would like to own every SO-DO figure, and I do want that to happen. I just can't do that right now, so I've decided that the Gaim ones are ones that I don't want to wait on, so I've been getting the Gaim ones as they come out. But, like, yeah, like, I see all this stuff, and it's like, this is awesome. I'm never going to own this figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just going to be a long time.
I mean, it's tough, but, I don't know, like, maybe it is my bias because I am disappointed that I can't own these. But I still feel like if they spaced it out, it would have been, you know, I would have been happier about it.
That's the thing about Premium Bandai, because it's like, well, especially with SO-DO Premium Bandai, because, like, you know, we get Premium Bandai items often, you know, in the Rider toy line, not just SO-DO. But usually, I would say for the most part, when you see an item pop up in a show, you kind of already get those Premium Bandai red flags. Where it's like, oh, that's going to be a premium item, so maybe I should start saving for that or something. Because, you know, I could probably expect that in the next week or two or something. With these, though, it's just, you know, oh, hey, the Saturday blog update came out. Oh, crap. Premium Bandai.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... There's no warning.
That certainly was SO-DO Chronicle new information.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
And like
okay.
It sounds like Malunas is over this part of the conversation, so we can.
No. I was transitioning into the other speculation, which was the mirror monsters.
You know what? Go for it, because I could do this all day. But I will have to stop myself here. It is unfortunate, but go for it.
I guess if we're going in chronological order, it does make sense to be like, here's Guy and Raya's monsters, which is Metal Gellus, I think, and Evil Diver, which does not sound like the kind of mirror monster that Raya would have.
You might say that I am metal jealous of the people who are able to purchase these. Wow, okay, I thought that was a pretty good one.
No, that's fair. I was just like, do I point out that it's like a hard G? No.
Never mind.
Yeah, I got the joke. Venosnaker and Gold Phoenix, which is Oja and Odin, respectively.
I will say, it makes it, if they are releasing this, it sort of makes sense that, like, hey, we have Ryuki, right? And we also have, like, we can't leave Ryuki empty-handed. People are gonna start asking, oh, shoot, you're saying Ryuki? What other riders are we getting? So obviously you need to answer the question with, oh, okay, let's put the whole rider thing in there. Well, none of these riders have all their weapons. Alright, I guess we do have to talk about the premium sets. So their hands were sort of tied. I just wish they would have been like, hey, new information, we're going to be doing this for 2 weeks. First two we're talking about, Ryuki and Knight. And on top of that, we have a premium set to coincide with that. That is our first thing. Look forward to next week for New Information Festival Day 2.
That works.
That would have worked better.
They've even kind of done something like that before.
Yeah. Because that could have tricked me into purchasing that first set. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, you mean like you already?
I can see that.
The retail one, and then you see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
because the retail ones should go for pre-order probably tomorrow.
Yeah. It's what specific day was it? It was April 12th in Japan, which means that it should be up now? Question mark.
You know what? Let's go to Ami and find out.
Yeah, let's check.
Let's
go to not Ami and check.
Wow.
I wasn't even done with the mirror monsters though. We have Dest Wielder, which is tigers. Gigazelle, which is Empress. Also, I did not know it was called Gigazelle. That's a pretty good name. Gigazelle?
Yeah.
Isn't there multiple versions of that one? I think there is.
I actually don't remember that. Okay. So
because I think it was like a species of mirror monster.
Oh, right. And also the thing that we mentioned before, the Genocider. Basically, Oja combined his mirror monster with the ones from Raya and Guy to make this Chimera thing. So it's like, I guess that could be a separate thing, like Josh suggested.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that going either way.
Yeah.
They did say,
and then you also
to make it combine.
To what you guys are talking about, they did say for the subsequent releases of the mirror monsters, there will be sets of 2. Like they confirmed that.
So
that's interesting because I mean, I would figure they would just make Genocider be a set of 3 since it's 3 monsters that combine.
No idea.
There's also like the ones for the riders that aren't in the show, so there's that. I just wanted to make a throwback to when Corey learned the name of Ryuga's dragon was Drag Blacker, and I think he was just like, wait, really? That's the name?
Oh yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It's blacker than the Drag Redder.
Oh. What a drag. Hey!
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was, where you're like, wait, so Ryuki's is actually supposed to mean redder.
Oh. Yeah, because I never put together that it was relating to the color. Yeah.
What did you think?
I just thought it sounded
just sounds
cool.
like gibberish.
Drag Redder? That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Or like
Fair.
you know, like the whole thing together. I never really, but
Yeah,
Magna
I'll give you
Ginga.
that.
hey guys,
Ooh.
we had thoughts on this. We still have thoughts, but other people did as well. Do we want to talk about those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Blade Raider says that trailer has English subs. We need answers from Team Rider now, especially with all the Premium Bandai items. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, where are we at? Onyx Strike says, I was genuinely not expecting Ryuki, and the fact that that trailer has English subs suggests a potential English release. Of course, I'm buying it solely because I'm a Dragon Knight simp. Trademark.
Hell yeah.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
So then Blade Raider continued with, good, they're making everything and they look good. I like the PVC gripping hands. Bad, it's an all or nothing setup. I only really want a few riders and a few monsters.
It's not really all or nothing. You could get. I
I
will
was about to
say,
say.
though, I am liking the green big boy set more than I am the
Magna
Excuse me.
Ginga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm conflicted between the two because, like, I agree with you on that, but then also, like, for just Ryuki himself, I really want to give him his weapons and things like that.
Just get the Shodo one. You'll be fine.
I just realized.
That's a good point.
Honestly, it is the better price option. It's wild that made it to retail, especially considering what we're looking at here. Let's see. Malunas, your turn again.
Yeah. Let's see. AP says, interesting and possibly not a coincidence that it comes shortly after the announcement that the US was importing Ryuki for streaming.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely get the impression that maybe Tokusatsu was in talks with Bandai.
Yeah.
I like it.
So what that says...
Synergy.
I feel the same.
Yeah, if you want to make a bigger wave in telling Team Rider that we want these, I feel like we need to be buying up the premium sets they already have. If you can.
Yeah,
within your guys' means. I don't want to pressure anyone or force anyone to. Just if you were already thinking of getting them, definitely get them from Team Rider.
I know at this point it's like the boy who cried wolf, where I'm like, Kuka's just starting, they're starting to do imports. Hey guys, this would be a good one to start with. And then when Gaim happened, hey, this is just starting, this would be a good thing for you guys to import. This time, legitimately, the trailer has English subtitles.
Yeah.
EL94 says, love it. Definitely going all in on the retail waves. That's where I am. That's where I am.
Absolutely.
And I feel like these are good primers for like a standard audience, because like plenty of paint, few stickers, good figure.
Mm-hmm.
Josh?
Yeah, I also noticed that AP followed up. I unintentionally kind of elaborated what they were saying. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Blade Raider continued saying, I think Tokusatsu picked it up because it was the next one, and Shitty Company picked up Agito. Oh yeah, oh no, Tokyo HD. If Team Rider picks it up, that's probably because everything lined up well.
Agito episode 1 is up on TTWO or whatever.
The Toei Tokusatsu World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's true, but hey, Double...
Man, there's probably not many series left that aren't up there yet. They've uploaded a lot of them. So
Double got to episode 2. I like
the first
it.
2 episodes, I mean.
Oh.
They all got to episode 2.
Okay. Should I not be excited for more Double?
I
Yeah.
I had noticed that there was an episode 2 of some other show that didn't have subtitles, and then I was told later, oh no, they did add them.
Oh, okay.
So,
They'll get there
like,
eventually.
Check back.
Yeah, the whole idea
Oh,
was
yeah.
they were going to be uploading the first 2 episodes.
No, I
of the
wanted
Figure
more
Out
double.
series
Doubles
to the
really.
channel.
Why would you do this?
So
What? Never mind. Hey. Yeah, like,
I
hey,
know,
let's
it's a
very
throw
weird
these out
tactic.
there to get people hooked on our show and then not give it to them. That would be a fun thing to do to the American market, right? Yeah.
Oops.
Anyway, is it my turn?
Adid Nuva.
Oh, it's Melissa's
Yeah.
turn, right.
Adid Nuva says, I was actually thinking yesterday, what if it could be Ryuki? Because it seemed like they just stopped with Shodo. So glad that 2 of the 3 of my favorite predictions, or they didn't even say favorite, 2 of 3 of my predictions from way back came true. Here's hoping for Forze next. Also funny that they mislabeled the YouTube video as SO-DO Chronicle. Yeah, I saw that and I thought, it's funny because whenever I talk to people who don't collect these lines, they usually do mix up Shodo and SO-DO when they're talking to me.
They do, yeah. My buddy Will just asked me. My buddy Will asked me the other day, "Hey Corey, does the SO-DO dragon head of Ryuki come off, and can you put that as an arm?" It's like, yeah, the SO-DO one does. Little knowing that he technically predicted the future. So that's fun. Peacemaker 2448 says, I will echo this from the main chat, but only the original SH line did all riders and monsters. I don't really like that the mirror monsters are P Bandai only, but getting all riders from the series is great. Having finished and really enjoyed Dragon Knight recently, if Team Rider gets this in, I might be down for it. Yeah. And to be fair, it might be interesting, because, like, we didn't get confirmation until a few days after, so do keep that in mind. And then,
I was just agreeing, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then on top of that, their shipment, should they get one, is typically like a second run. So,
well, it's at least a 1 month difference usually.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
Last one.
Oh, also, Maluna says, last call for thoughts on SO-DO Ryuki.
Cool.
All right.
The actual last one is Blade Raider. So, Josh.
So, the final thing from Blade Raider was, actually, I do have one more comment. All bets are off now. Bring on SO-DO Kabuto, Agito, Show Riders, and even more X8 and build. What would they do for more X8 and build?
I want
ball joint hands.
Oh,
wait, I want Build to get.
They gotta go back and do the X8 forms that they didn't do, because there's two X8 figures they didn't do. I need. So.
Oh.
There are tons of bottles that Build didn't get to.
That
like
too.
The skateboard turtle or whatever.
Yeah, all the Gombarizing
exclusive forms. So.
I'll take the Legend Rider ones as well.
But go back and give me my Totema Gemu and my Paradox level 39. I need both.
Right.
Yeah. It's weird. What is shodo-x anymore?
shodo-x.
It is. I mean, the only. Thank you. The only thing it has going for it are the Showa Riders.
Yeah, it's like they've already done Showa and SO-DO or in Shodo twice, so it's like they're gonna just do it a third time.
Yeah.
Like, at least gonna keep going.
Like I do not understand what that.
Well,
means.
I know what Shodo needs to do.
Like, I thought
Shodo needs to go back and finish Amazons.
That's true. Oh my god, that space, like doing a bunch of, like Amazons first and next.
That would be a good spot for them to do Black Sun and Shin Kamen Rider, maybe.
Yeah, I want all the outside media
give me Shodo G.
Shodo. Yeah.
Yes.
Give me
Go
Shodo
Riders.
Kamen no Rider.
Yeah, both of those, yeah.
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 Go Rider. Brain.
Yes, Brain.
Give me Brain.
Well, honestly, just save
Yeah.
Brain for a Chronicle Drive. You'd go there.
And you know what?
Sure.
Start doing some Shoto Metal Heroes.
Yeah, why not?
Where are those at, y'all?
You know what?
I feel like
Yeah.
Shoto is the place for Metal Heroes.
At least do like the
Sure,
Space
yeah.
Sheriffs as like a trial run and see how that goes.
Yeah, and I feel
Mhm.
like those would do real
I'm sure
well.
they would, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think Corey, before your joke was, I have on good authority, it's going to be Aqua. I feel like there was a brief point where you were like, SO-DO Metal Hero is going to be a thing.
That's true. I did have that as a thing.
But like,
I definitely
now that
would
you said
pull for
it,
some Shoto ones.
but now that you said Shoto, it's like, actually, yeah, that does make more sense because Shoto does so many
Yeah.
properties.
And you know what? What's his name? Kikaider.
Mhm.
He was in Rider.
Yeah, you could do Kakaider, like the original ones, and
Sure.
you could do the reboot ones.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you could do Inazuma
Yeah.
in both
Yeah.
forms. Rider.
Yeah.
Aquamaster 3. That's another
you can
Ishinomori
do-
hero show.
Yes, like give me. Oh God, yeah. Get into more of the Ishinomori stuff.
Yeah,
That's-
I guess you could call it Shoto Tokusatsu. I
Or
don't know
Shoto
what you would call it.
Ooh,
Shoto
that'd be
Ishinomori.
cool. Shoto I like that.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So you can have Shoto I Zubat and then Shoto Pokemon Zubat. That'd be nice tie-in.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, is this the name? Detective K? He's just the robot dude
Yeah.
with the hat. Oh, I love that. I don't know what his whole
Yeah.
deal is, but I want him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could really carve out a space for. I mean, it's basically doing what was it called? SIC Takumi Damashi was doing.
Kiwami Tamashi.
No, Takumi Damashi. It was
What?
the statue line that like crept in a
Oh.
bunch of like SIC
Yeah.
versions of things, but a bunch of Ishinomori properties. I want to go back
They
to the
did a
time.
Go Ranger.
Yeah, I want to go back to the time where they were just like doing a bunch of old Ishinomori shit.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Like I'm guessing that was around the time of O's and Forze because I always bring it up. It's that point where Toei was just like, what if we just put something out there? Maybe people will want to see it again.
yeah, and I did want to see more in Azuman. I did want to see more Gavan and Kikaider and all of those guys.
Hmm.
It's unfortunate it didn't go well, but I feel like if you're making a new name for Shoto I. Give me that.
Yeah.
That's a really good name.
Like it.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I don't even know if I should say thank you because it's not technically not mine. None of it's mine.
You know what? We've had a few people at this point say things like Shoto line for civilians, Shoto line for secondary writers. You are the first that I've heard that has said Ishinomori.
I want it. Like, dude, I want creators as the thing for Shoto because like we had
Yeah.
Shoto. It's not Subaraya. It's not. It's the other one.
Ultraman.
Huh?
Shoto Ultraman?
No. Different company. Tatsunoko. We had one Tatsunoko property get in there. And it was that really old. This is one of the first Premium Bandai items I ordered. It was the dude from what, G-Force or whatever it was called? Gotcha Man. The main dude. It had oh dang. I don't know. It had a bunch of cool stuff. Like 5 of the cool dudes from that anime. I would like to go back to some of those old creators and like harvest all the heroes from that. As toys.
Nice.
Feel like it's a missed opportunity otherwise. Anyway, those were all the comments. What else you got? Are we good? Are we good here? It's been 2 hours.
I think so.
And I need to blow my nose so bad. So, guys, or everybody, thank you so much for listening. If you like the episode, do the YouTube things or the podcast platform things. Whatever you do, just good positive stuff if you want it. Also, some things. There's a description that we have, and it has some links to where you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement and the hashtag Stop Anti-Asian Hate stuff. Some resources for that. Plenty of stuff there. Good things to check out. And also, just have an awesome time. Have a good day. Hope your wallets are okay, because this was recorded in the frame of reference that you're listening to this in the past. So maybe SO-DO has gone completely off the rails and just released a SO-DO Showa set with everything possible. Or maybe in the future they've released like a SO-DO shodo Kamen Rider J, full sized. We don't know.
Maybe.
It could be unfortunate for our wallets.
Wasn't that a good episode of Kamen Rider Saber?
What's Kamen Rider Saber?
I have no idea. Is that the one with the dragon sword? Is that Dragon Knight?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks for watching. Keep it. Ah! Oh, you had it too.
That was perfectly timed.
Yeah. Hey, did you know Team Rider stole my bit on that one? Somebody told me in the lives.
Think of it as an homage.
Oh, sure.
Henshin! 騒動は